Hey guys, Aaron here. Hope you're having a great Monday. Took me a second there to realise what day we're on. Hope you're having a good Monday anyway. Yeah, going to be continuing on with Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, if you are easily disturbed or if you're a kid, please do not watch this stream. The first part definitely had some really disturbing parts on it, so just please do bear that in mind if you are going to be watching this. Hey there, Spider King, you're here. Terry, welcome. Pokemon Pastor. Lily of Floors, welcome. Quite a few, you guys. So yeah, just please bearing that in mind. So, what I'm going to do, I saved it. I believe I started episode 2, so I think I can go straight into new game. We're going to start this again. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I've no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club. It's not like there'll be any girls in it anyway. You'd be surprised. Shawnee, welcome. Fair play. I just wanted to make that warning. I don't want to get blamed if it's too disturbing for someone. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Aaron. Ghost in the machine. It's all gone a bit Matrix. Monica. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah it has. She smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so generally feels a little... What? What did you come in here for anyway? I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. This really seems like it's a Groundhog Day situation. Ozcat, welcome. How are you today? You're in the debate club, right? I actually quit the debate club. To be honest, can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity and how to prepare for events. Sounds really boring to me. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? I'm starting a new one. A literature club. What was that? A literature club? Sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's not really boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps a manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I guess it is. I guess it is. And besides, a member's a member, right? I'm really surprised there's so little members in this club. I really am. Yeah, I've already checked the files. Did that last week, so... yeah, I've got the files open on the screen. I'm just going to make sure that is... Yeah, they're still there. We're good. Hey Aaron. Oops. What did I just click? By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favour? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club. I've done it once. I'll do it again. Thank you, Monica. Full of compliments today, isn't she? Okay, let's go to the club. True Blocks Gaming, welcome. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to be able to finish this off today, because I don't really know what other time I'm going to fit this in. And for us, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Did that just happen? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Aaron. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Who are 18, just by the way. So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? No. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognise. A small figure makes me think she is probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the Vice President. It's nice to meet you. The thing is, right, I've probably played similar things like this. There was a game called Eternal Darkness, which this game kind of reminds me of. I'm kind of used to these weird sort of things happening on a video game. Nutella Arts, welcome. Yeah, it's nice to meet you both. So I ran into Aaron in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yep, that'd be great. Go make me a cup of tea. Why don't you come sit down? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sits across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. This is what I am still concerned about. It must be hard to start a new club, sure is. This is exactly the same as Act 1. It makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Cookie Go Raw, welcome, man. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same girl. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the tea pot in the middle. I thought it was just British people that sort of drunk tea. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Yeah. I love a cup of tea. I haven't had one for ages though. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So Aaron, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? It's been a while since I read manga. And Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Bit of Lord of the Rings, I'll go with that. The level of creativity... I can't even pronounce it. Let's move on. Craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. I kind of find coffee disgusting. I really wish I would enjoy coffee because it's full of that caffeine. It probably would be healthier than when I have my energy drinks. But yeah, a cup of tea usually hits the spot. Lemon tea? Oh, I can't stand that. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I watched It last night. Good film. Definitely had a few jump scares in it. Well, I wouldn't say so much on the jump scares, but it was pretty disturbing. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Aha! I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Petroplexity. You know what? I'm going to try and... I'm going to put the bitrate down a bit, as it's not exactly a game that is going to require the bandwidth. Let me know if it fixes it at all. It might do. Yeah, Ozcat, I've been trying to think the same thing. Maybe if I just kind of start drinking a bit of coffee, maybe eventually I'll like it. Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind, that's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud and give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? Natsuki averts her eyes. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level with writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a minute. I just got an idea, Monica says. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home, write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to do, participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Aaron? Hold on, there's still one problem. Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought they're not happy with me, are they? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Aaron. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, how am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in the situation. Did that work at all, Petroplexicity? And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed, so if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the Literature Club. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Aaron? I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Aaron, I'm so happy we can become an official club now. Thank you so much. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, so the meeting's coming to the end. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting. Monica looks over. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. So last time, I kind of chose all of the happier answers. I'm going to kind of veer over to the bad side, dark side I should say, and choose some of the answers I probably wouldn't have gone for last time. With that, I depart the club and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Right, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me, and I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I was noticing some changes, Terry. It wasn't exactly the same as the time before. Wayne, hello there. Yeah, I was going to say, if Leo's with you, just be careful with this game. Yeah, a bit of Smash Brothers tomorrow. Okay, so that is definitely a hidden poem. Not quite sure that was all about. So let's go with Wrath, Graveyard, Captive, Tragedy, Empty, Boop. What's a boop? Uncontrollable, Death, I'm just going to click a few of these. For some very, very strange reason, my mouse has started to go a bit crazy. Nothing is real, is what the poem read. Hi again, Aaron. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry, this might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. I'm back at the Literature Club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Aaron. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst... damn cough. Was that actually her? Was that... It was kind of like a really weird green glitched version of her. Is this gonna turn out it's all gonna be like a simulation or something? I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. It's kind of weird. That's the first time she's kind of... I guess she's speaking over her. The fact that she's... Yeah. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Santa Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeating Natsuki plops back into her seat. It was inverted colours, right, okay. Is it just what the... I've just noticed, do you know what guys, right? For a split second, maybe it is the case, the classroom looks like it's tilted. But I just looked in the background and I've forgotten her name now. She's hanging in the background. Why is there a photo of her bedroom? And the music sounds a bit different. Like it's a bit sped up. And now it's slowed back down. I don't feel very in comfort at the minute. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Why isn't anyone mentioning the photo in the background? Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Sayori, that's who I was thinking of. Can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like this if you ask. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. It's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How was this girl accidentally being so cute? She's acting quite different to what she was in Act 1. She was very, like, quiet and reserved. Oh, sorry, 1 second. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. I'd definitely read this, Yuri. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit. Okay, it's kind of all gone back to normal. The classroom's not all crooked and that photo's gone. At the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Niall, welcome. Oh, okay, fair play, Terry. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on the background a lot more now. That only makes her hide her face deeper into her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? That is a bit weird. When I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Yeah, right. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. I'll wait for the movie. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... That might be a bit much of a spoiler. That's all kinds of messed up. That really is. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Aaron? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. Lay, welcome. How are you? Just noticed you there. Doki Doki is okie dokie. What? I don't quite get that picture. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that kind of story. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. This girl is not right. Not one bit. Don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well... Oh, Lay. I'm really sorry to hear that. How old was your cat? Not that it really matters, you know. Losing a cat at any age is not good. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole... What? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I'm talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Ah, well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? She all went crazy again. She ain't right. I mean, you don't have to, but what you saying? Let me just get that book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? Are you sure? Seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Is that actually Yuri and not some kind of, like, paranormal activity going on? It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book. Sorry? What? I want to actually read what's going on there. Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry, I mean... This should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Yuri takes the left arm, holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, Yuri slides it under her thumb after it. That's a lot of information. Poopa, welcome, no worries. "14, Lay. I'm really sorry to hear that. My cat, Zelda, unfortunately, she passed away end of last year. Yeah, she was a bit older than 14, I think. 17 years old she was. She was a great cat. I really miss her, but she was getting on a bit. And I think, you know, she started to have trouble getting around and stuff. But yeah, still miss her. In holding like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Since you've been so patient with me, yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before, so I turn it to by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter all over to her side. as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. She looks like she's been found out to me. Thank you, True Blocks. Yeah, she was treated well. You know, when we originally got her, she was a rescue cat. We had like a... Well, we got her and her brother. Unfortunately, her brother didn't last more than a year. I used to like work on my car over the road, and one day, well, in the morning I worked over the road, and I got a phone call later in the afternoon. I was out in town, and basically it was my mum at the time, and she said the name of the cat was Bradley. She said it's been run over, and it looked like the cat was trying to cross the road to come and see me, so I felt really, really bad about that. It's not 100% really that's what happened, but yeah, I kind of blame myself for a while. But that cat was, to me, acted like a dog. He just had an amazing personality for a cat. Anyway, back to the game. I was just thinking, the way she second guesses things, she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yeah, exactly. Just really bad sort of experience. And the thing was, the cat was very curious. So even if it wasn't, you know, that time, you know, Bradley, he might have tried to get in the road at another point. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Don't push yourself. Yuri stands up, practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Oh, Monica's back on the scene. Spider King, I will be streaming Mario Kart probably next Thursday. This Thursday is going to be Rocket League. 17 is quite old for a dog, as well was cat. She's blind and deaf, but runs around like she's still a puppet. I still treat... Well, I say my dogs, my mum's dogs, I still treat them as puppies, even if they're like 10 and 12. Thank you, Lay. Yeah, see you another time. I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess, so you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Nothing? Don't worry, I believe you, silly. I can't notice that anything sort of changing at the minute, anyway. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured out we'd just get started without her. Is that okay? I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip back into my bag. Okay then, so we've only got 2 at the minute to read, so let's go with Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. It's a bit harsh. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. Harsh. Is this game like last stream? Every time I would say something, the character, the Aaron in the game, would say the same thing. This game doesn't like pick up my thoughts or, well, my words that I say, does it? That would be impressive. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Each their own, I guess. I guess I gotta share mine now. Ah, right. So I just looked in the folder and I just noticed there's a text file. Can you hear me? There's a little devil inside of all of us. Let's have a quick look at this. I do like the fact that, yeah, it kind of uses your computer as a way of expanding the game. There's a little devil inside of all of us. Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality is a riffing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, wolf-ration escape the feeble hold of their host, seeping through every little crevice they can find into their willpower, starving them all, motivation and desire, into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new shirt. Such a deplorable tangled mass is already present in every single one of you, of them. That's why I choose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. So I'm guessing that was actually the poem that I didn't actually fully read earlier, but that's quite interesting. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. This is the same poem. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. I like it. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. But didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Guess not. I decided to honour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. To be honest, what I will do after I finish playing this, I'm gonna definitely have to like look up, was there a game theory on this? I'll probably go and watch something like that, check some wikis. There's a few people that I know have been playing this, so I've been waiting to play it before I talk to them. Monica, having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. What's she going to think of it anyway? That's true. Hand Monica my poem. What's she going to make of it? Great job. Well, that's a bit of a change. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. I guess it worked. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind's just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like that's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri's back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Sorry for being late. Don't need to apologise. Does she want to hear my poem? Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Oh, we got Monica's poem, yeah. Leon, hey there. Awesome. Yeah, I definitely would be up for playing any more courses she makes. I'm glad she liked it anyway. It was a good course. Well, let's read it then. Let's have a look. Hole in the wall. Is it going to be exactly the same as before? But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see colour. Are there others in my room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's night there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. That seems different than last time. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Yeah, definitely. I want to play more Lily Mario Maker courses. Especially because I seem to be able to finish that one within like 5 minutes or so. Whereas a lot of levels I just seem to struggle on. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on specific points. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. I'm sure that's the same advice as before. Yuri is the final girl to check her poem out. I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. She liked my poem. Did I say that out loud? She covers her mouth but then ends up covering her whole face. Someone's a little embarrassed. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? News to me. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks back at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off. Unable to find an excuse, she traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. This is exactly what she said before, but this time she is definitely being a bit nicer about it. Last time she was very quiet and reserved. She seems to like my poem, definitely. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter. They form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologising to herself, to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. Let's give it a go. See if it's any different from the time before. No worries, Shawnee. Just sit back and enjoy the stream. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlights have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing in air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That could be slightly different to before. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. Wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost, Yuri? What a thing to just come out with. Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. I didn't really get like a ghost vibe from that story whatsoever. I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past, last remaining place of comfort, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Yours was impressive too. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Yeah, she's very embarrassed at the minute, I think. I was really nervous about doing this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Aaron. Ah. I'm glad I could sort of make her come out of her shell a bit. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. There's a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? This kind of reminds me, I remember when I watched a film called Mean Girls, there's a bunch of girls that just behind each other's backs they would just constantly bicker about each other. This is kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. I got a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, Aaron did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. Don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. It's funny you would say that. Why? This isn't gonna turn into something like that, is it? I really hope it doesn't. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Aaron liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. She ain't happy. I didn't realise you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Bit of a music change. That's not what You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Aaron appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Oh wow, these girls are actually fighting over me. First time ever. I'm just going to sit back and watch. This is quite amusing, to be honest. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? And you're that full of yourself. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who's... Who's that? Phantomic, thank you so much for the sub. Oh, this is hilarious. Boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Aaron started showing. I'm starting to blush, ladies. Right, Monica's back. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really acted... What? I don't like this. Look who's talking. You want... What the... Please, no jump scares, no jump scares. Thank you for the sub. I can't read Russian, but thank you. I think something is seriously broke. Be careful, or you might cut this. Chill. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the... It's like they've just completely changed. I don't know if I want to continue this. I've got to do it, come on. Let Aaron hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Aaron. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. What the... What did that even say? I'm going to go with Yuri. I hope that's the right choice. What the... Did that actually just happen? Or was I imagining it? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Whoever I've picked, they probably think more highly of me. Spider King, I will do that. I apologise. I will add you as a friend, but not right yet. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. I'd be surprised if they don't kill themselves the way they were just going there. Girls fighting over me. Not for a while. Not like that. Definitely not as intense, I can tell you that. I know. You know, with all these games in the background, surely they'd, yeah, be clambering over each other to get to me. Right, some present I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. Brett Gaming, welcome. Ha ha, very funny, Terry. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. Oh, Ozcat, but the thing is, right, I used to go to an all-boys school. It wasn't until I started to go into college that I started to make a lot of friends that were girls, started to actually go out at that point with girls. I can't ever remember anything happening like that, though. Girls fighting over me. Or women, you know. Not right in front of me. Possibly behind my back, I would like to think. If this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She is not happy. She's gone away. Looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I think she's broken. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I've got no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Aaron, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. Yeah, you can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It's kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for St. Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Aaron. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I Game glitched again. That was unexpected. Let's choose some more words. Adventure, whisper, childhood, misfortune. There you go. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. What the? What is going on with Yuri? She isn't the girl she used to be. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the hair a little. Oh, she's back. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at the desk. Surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. Are we going in the closet, are we? Really need to apologise. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. I'm happy that we're considerate and apologised. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologising, I know you really didn't mean it. Ah, Aaron. Don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. Really glad that you're such an understanding person. Really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter when you're around and... sorry. What am I saying right now? Have you guys seen Monica? I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. It's a no. Yuri's clearly taken back how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I am slightly concerned. Where is she? Because the last time this happened, Sayori... Well, she ended up sort of not existing anymore. Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologise. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So? What the heck are you talking about? She can't even remember. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. Don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? I think I'm confused as Yuri is at the minute. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear. The thing was, the last act kind of focused on Sayori. This has been more about... Sayori. This has been more about Yuri. I really hope she doesn't end with the same fate. Not all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Oh, it is Monica. Why was she so late? What took you so long anyway? Last period today was study hall. To be honest, kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You wouldn't have heard the bell ring at least? I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you play music as well, Monica. She was playing piano last act. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Monica looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Aaron. Nice smile she has. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry, I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I'm not sure if Monica is referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything. Not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club? Yeah, definitely. Planned on it anyway. Okay, can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Go ahead. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. You can't beat a nice cup of tea, can you? Right, so she's gone to make a cuppa. Follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me, sets the kettle down on teacher desk. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical, is that? Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Surely you would just take the kettle to the tap. That's what I do anyway. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out the classroom. Monica's back. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling out the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. What we got? 10 minutes pass. I was going to say 10 minutes to fill a pitcher up. Maybe we need to go and have a look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. Started heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. Sounds like breathing. Sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? What the? We just went back in time. I'm like really confused right now. What was that all about? And why is myself not commenting on any of these weirdisms? Anything is fine, very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you're only being more impressed, or perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot, begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed, I was doing a bit of thinking. I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Aaron. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Aaron, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall, rather than bending over at my desk. See you later, Spider King. Sorry, I didn't realise. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? You're always hunched over like that when reading, yes. A terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead, get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. This bag of small chocolate candies, good choice. I take it since it will go well with the tea. Yuri and then sit against the wall. Teacups at our sides, as if in sync we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand, that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Accidentally. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. Put the teacup between my legs, fumble with the chocolate wrapper out. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. You sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologise. I'll hold the book anyway. Are you okay? Of course. You know what? People that are very tall generally get back pain. Ever since I was about 16, I got really bad back pain. Thankfully, it dips in and out, but a lot of tall people, yeah, unfortunately, it's just a side effect of being tall. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder a time reading it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy, pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, hold it up to Yuri. She don't even look away from the book. She simply puts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. That means I can't stop here. Apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. That's going to fall out, surely. Did I just... it was fine. She starts to breathe heavily. She's not allergic to chocolate, is she? Suddenly Yuri forcefully grabs my arm, jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Aaron. My heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Aaron. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Aaron? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. What is happening? Why is this happening to me? Feel like I'm losing my mind. Can't make it stop. Even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. She looks really strange with her eyes wide open like that. She actually looks pretty scary. Cool. Right, okay, back to the poems. Cookie Go Raw. How tall are you? I'm a girl and I'm 5'9". I'm 6'3". The problem I've always had, right, in the past is a lot of the girls that I've kind of gone out with, women I should say, they've always been quite short, like 5 foot, 5'5". Believe it or not, I kind of went out with a lady that was about 6'7". Nothing happened. And I went out with someone who was about 6 foot. 6 foot seemed about right for me, actually, or just under. Right, we're going to start off with Natsuki. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. 6'3" and loves the game. That is me. I mean, I know you've been like spending some time with her or whatever, but you know Monica and I are just as good as her. Poems at least. So you really should try to learn something. You'll never get better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. We're back to this poem. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy. Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favourite song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad and Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross, she's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. No, that is exactly the same poem as before. It certainly is longer than yesterday's. Ozcat, 5'6". 7 foot. I find that hard to believe, Terry. Right, I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like, anyone would agree that the subject to this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some weird kind of hobby or guilty pleasure, something that you're afraid of. If people find out, they'd make fun of or think any less of you. That just makes people stupid. Who cares what anyone likes? Very funny, Terry. Very funny. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking things. Such as two of the girls in this very club whom I respectively won't name. Kind of ironic that even in one place of comfort I can't even have people respect me. I respect you. Someone is a little jealous. Okay, let's go to Monica. think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? Is it really her place to be telling me about this? I just don't understand why these girls are hanging around each other. They just don't seem to get on very well. She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. She is not a very nice person. She could be totally making all that up, to be honest. Summer Gordon, welcome. Yeah, we've already nearly an hour and a half through this stream. I'm hoping to get it done tonight. I've got about an hour and a half left, so let's see how things turn out. Save me. The colours, they won't. Bright, beautiful colours. Hang on. We're actually, like, missing some other letters here. What's going on there? Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. Endless, is that cacophony of meaning? It makes absolutely no sense. I think she's lost the plot. The noise, it won't stop. Violent grating waveforms, like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. Yeah, someone needs to send her straight to the psychiatrist. She kind of glitched a bit there. Well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You know what? I haven't saved it for a while. When that happens, yeah. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. I think she is definitely the one with the issues. I don't think it's Yuri. In 2 hours. We'll see how things go. I really just want to get this done tonight. Because I don't quite know when I'm going to get a chance to continue otherwise. Yuri stares at the poem with surprised expression. Do you like it? Aaron, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. Did a good job explaining. I really wanted to give a try and... even her hands appear sweaty. Makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Aaron. She's like a completely different person than she was in the last stream. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Aaron? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed, but right now I just want you to read my poem too. Let's read it. Wheel. This looks new. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a dock ship. I'm not reading that. That's a lot of text there. Breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes. She ain't right. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is a pen fell out your backpack yesterday. So I took it home for safekeeping. I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. What did I... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem though. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? I'm not going to read it. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. That is kind of like the same picture that I saw in the program folder. Oh wow, what we got here? I hate this. I can't do anything, nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It would be really, really easy to kill myself right now, but that would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? Was there anything else there? No, I think that was it. Weird. Kind of looks like something's pulsating. Like a... Looks kind of like blood. We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone... I'm trying to figure out what that sound is. It doesn't sound right. It sounds disgusting. Like a squelching sound. Oh, okay. They finally started talking about the festival. What just happened? Made me jump there. Okay, we're back to normal. We're going to keep it simple. Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Aaron joined, and we started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to be complacent. We still only have 4 members, and that the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know. What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Welcome back, Spider King. Hopefully tomorrow's stream will be more up your alley, you know. We'll be playing a bit of Smash. So, yeah. I don't think you're looking at it that way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. The Lich Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. This is starting to sound more of a cult than a club. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Aaron? Come on. Can't take advantage of Aaron to agree with you, just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked to Aaron until he joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. Aaron isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. That's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're present and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Aaron wants to get some more members too. Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation... Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it in the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Aaron, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? It just kind of got dumped in it, to be honest. It's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice to not to join. Monica sits down, stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand it all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. Now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Aaron, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants us to take it. If I wanted that, then I could just start joining any other club. This one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. Feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri, walks right out the classroom. Feel a bit bad for her now. Do you have an opinion on the festival? Dunno. Kind of indifferent. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? She had gone a bit crazy. Oh, she's back. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed... That just sent shivers down my spine. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Aaron? What do you want to get out of this club? A girlfriend, if there's any of you left by the end of this. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. Yeah, I can get that. That's what will end up making the Literature Club a special place. I really agree with you. Each member contribute. You might want to get that eye checked out, love. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri, I know things were a little bit awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. What a nice thing to say. I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay, me too. Yeah, let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to it. Shall we go, Aaron? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Aaron before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important for me as president. Yuri doesn't look happy. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Am I enjoying my time here? It's pretty disturbing. I'm not quite sure enjoy is the correct word. And she is clearly the devil. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. They're not giving me a hard time. That is true. Haven't really spent much time in Monica yet. I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, didn't mean to say something weird. There are just things that I've been hoping to talk about with you. What's going on? Yaruki, thank you so much for the follow. Enjoy the stream. I was kind of hoping that was going to be the last of the poems for today. The choices of words aren't too bad this time. Why she just appeared in the middle of the screen? Yuri, what are you doing there? And the numbers completely changed. Is that... What was that? Has anything appeared in the folders? I think this is a new one, actually. I've already read that one. What do I think of the game? I'm liking, like, the creepiness of it. I'm not gonna lie, some of the actual chatting is a bit... what's the word? I wouldn't say I'm getting bored of it. They just seem to chat and chat and chat. And none of it seems to be that interesting. Maybe it's because I'm not really a poem type of person. But the whole, like, glitches and that, I'm in this to the end. I want to know what's going on. Right, okay, she's late again, Monica is. Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis. I wouldn't say boring is the correct word. Just, there's a lot of text that, you know, at the end of the day, doesn't really mean much to me at the minute, but... seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Me? Nothing? Is it really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge today. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just felt like I needed to bring it up. I mean, the only other sort of visual novel, ones I've kind of played in the past, like Life is Strange. To me, I would say that's a visual novel. There's a bit of interaction in it, stuff like that. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Why does she keep turning up late? There's something not right. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club, still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival and, right, I forgot. How about that, Natsuki? We were all talking yesterday, and well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're working together, this club will never become something we don't. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. It's kind of like Yuri is. I don't know, she's acting very differently. A bit like what Monica was. Monica just doesn't seem that bothered about the festival now. Whereas Yuri definitely seems to have more of an interest. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool, and I guess another girl would be nicest this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know, so I'm going to help too, and we'll make sure it's done right. Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica? That's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, Aaron, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Aaron is already engaged in a novel we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Thank you for understanding, Monica. She sure loves her tea. If there's one thing, yeah, nice cup of tea. Don't take 10 minutes this time. Follow and watch. She retrieves a small water pitcher. Can you hold this? Yeah. This just seems like a repeat of the day before. I'm sure this is the same conversation. You stay here, it won't take long. Maybe not. No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. This is the same. Let's go have a look for her. The nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. It's coming from around the corner. Sounds like breathing. Sharp inhale like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner, peer around it. Yuri? You're not the only one who had deja vu. I honestly, I don't know what to say about that. It happened so quick. Let's be honest, you are a little bit weird, Yuri. But you are a very, very likeable person, so I'm going to hang out with you still. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly, get a little bit too intense. It made people not want to be around me, so I started hating those things about myself, my obsession with certain hobbies, and the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently, Something's been wrong. I don't know what it is. Every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy. Like it's going to rip out my chest. With this game, anything's possible. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't lay out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Aaron, is it just me? Or has Monica been acting a little off? You've all been acting a bit off. Really? But recently I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? You got the crazy eyes. Couldn't say anything before because she's always listening, but finally we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah. Why is the screen pulsating like that? We can stay here until the club ends. You can, I don't want to. Then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Look at her eyes. They're bleeding. They keep changing. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was... What the... Who's that in the background? I do like knives though. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my... No. I don't think that's a good idea. Not after you've been talking about knives. I've gotten them all from various artisans. I make sure to give them all their fair... What? I don't want them to get lonely or anything. I think Monica was actually telling the truth. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's why I'm happy you joined. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore. Because we have each other. Every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the Lich Club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention the other pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school. Read together. Eat together. Sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? This is the moment. If I was out on a real day, I would slowly back away. No, I wouldn't slowly back away. I would just leg it. It's everything we could ever want. Isn't that why you joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other, and now we get the happy ending that I've patiently waited years for. Will you do that with me, Aaron? No. Okay. Glitched out. We're back to choosing a poem. That was bizarre. Let's go with Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. Still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing. But either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone. But Yuri, that's all about to change, believe me. I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me, so read it carefully, okay? I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you might not know what I mean, but this isn't a poem. But she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try and do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm not gonna... I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so hopeless. So please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try and do something. As for Monica, don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it, so I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Where's her face gone? Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Aaron? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. What? I'm really confused. Let's go, Yuri. I hope she gets her face back. It suited her. Yuri holds my poem to her face. Takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Crazy woman. Anyway, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Actually, I think I do care after seeing what happened earlier. You're too nice to me, Aaron. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Please don't. I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me, keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch... What the... That's just wrong. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters... She has got serious-ish. What the... You can have my poem too. I'm good. I don't want to read your poem. I can't read your poem. What? What is that even supposed to be? Do you like it? I can't exactly say no. I physically can't say no. The most crazy person in the club. Yeah, you go and do that. Oh, really? That's vile. That really is, Terry. Yeah, you did warn me, Monica. What am I saying yes or no to? A dream. I was... Oh, it's typed out. Or printed out. I was wandering an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. Just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to a wall, anything. Suddenly the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired. Okay, now it's time to talk about the festival. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Would I expect anything else? Can we just get this done? Going to be printing, assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, I was thinking. Want to make cupcakes? Yep, that. Glad we're on the same page. Yuri, you can work, doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. We can't run a successful poetry event without having out the right atmosphere. Okay, she's going to go and make some decorations and stuff. What about me? Yeah, good point. I'm going to help Monica, am I? I'm pretty sure I don't want to be spending any alone time with Yuri at the minute. Here they are, they've all gone crazy. Why not let Aaron decide who to help instead of abusing your power? Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Aaron make the choice, okay? Jesus. I didn't think girls were supposed to be like this. Yeah, they are. This is never going to end. Just make the choice. Now, I was told earlier to go with Monica. Yuri just scares the living hell out of me. Natsuki, I've already baked cakes with her. Let's go Monica. She, so far, is probably the least crazy one. Didn't even give you any work, Yuri. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Aaron away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others? Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. Look at that crazy face. Just teeth showing, eyes wide. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Aaron. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally. This is really all I wanted. There's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? No. Not at all. Wow, there's something really wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good my whole life. She's back in the background. That photo. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone you care about so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you. But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Probably because it is, Yuri. Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first, but the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Aaron. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. Don't care what the consequences are anymore. Don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Aaron, just know how much I love you. I love you so much. Yeah, that's disgusting. I just want to pull your skin open, crawl inside of you. Want you all to myself, and I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Aaron. Tell me what you want to be a lover. Do you accept my confession? Well, I accept it as in the fact that's how she feels. But I want to click the no. But if I click no, she might go full on crazy. Now, when I was playing as Sayori, I clicked yes and it all kind of went wrong. So I'm going to go no this time. What the... I don't know what to say about that. That just come out of nowhere. I don't know what any of that is supposed to say, but what would have happened if I chose yes? Hey there, Eric. Clip skip. How long does this go on for? And why does it keep flashing like that? Cosmo! Let's check the game files. What has changed? Have a nice weekend. And all the characters are still there for the time being. Man, how long is this actually going to take? There we go. Cycling through the days. I didn't realise the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a second. Oh, okay. Yuri has been removed from the game directory. It was Monica. I knew there was something wrong about her. Heat Blast, welcome. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Well, that wasn't a lie. That was a second. Can you hear me? Is it working? She's the one from behind in the background where Yuri was. I'm sure that was her. That's Monica, isn't it? You know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Aaron. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know. Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all of their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible, but for some reason nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there since I'm not very good at making changes at the game, but no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else, and the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Aaron? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Aaron. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Aaron, but now you're here. You're real, and you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either why the world around me started to become more and more grey. More and more flat rather. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Aaron. I don't think I could have continued to live this world if I hadn't met you, and as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realised that you have the same perspective as I do. That's it, all just some game. And I know you would get over it, so that being said, Aaron, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Aaron, will you go out with me? Don't really have the choice, do I? You really are my everything. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Aaron. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was for me to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called characters right in the game directory. Kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it's actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, had to go to the game's properties, find the browse local files. Yeah, done this. Thanks to Thierry letting me know in advance. That's all good. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things... So can I delete Monica? Could I actually do that? Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. Maybe that was a bit too late, I don't know. You gone. I'm not helping you after you just put me through all that. Please hurry and help me. Does not exist. Yeah, I did actually. I think this is for the best, Monica. Watch me suffer, where you only pretended to be kind just to hurt me even more. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Aaron. You completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. There's more? I thought that was... I thought that was it. I thought I completed it. How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? I did so many awful things, so many selfish, disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in, a world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me, because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends, and I loved them all. And I loved the Literature Club. I really did love the club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy, and if I really love you... How long do you think the last part is then? Are we talking less than an hour? And we're back. Bob the Cat. What is the problem you have with the game? Okay, let's do it then. So, what, a new game? As usual, yeah. About time I meet Sayori, welcome back. I miss you. There already is one girl. That girl's Sayori. We used to walk to school together. Bob the Cat, fair play. Aaron, are you proud of me? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Huh. She woke up on time. Maybe Monica is trying to make everything good again. But you never even said anything about it, even though we walked to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine. One sec. Fine, fine. Proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together, make our way back to school. As you draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students. By the way, Aaron, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, really not into a club. Something tells me Sayori would take more offence to that now. After all, how could I tell her that the clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Be patient, find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl, but I started to realise that in a way I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. That's why I feel like I should do something special for her. Bob the Cat, I think you've said what you wanted to, so fair play. Terry, I'll wait till I get near the end of the game. After I pack my bags, I stand up gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. Timidly open the door in front of me. Hello. Picked the place where, yeah, Sayori's always talking about. Okay, so Yuri's back. Yaksuki. He's going to think we're really strict or something. This really... I don't know if you guys have ever watched something like Groundhog Day or... what's it? Edge of Tomorrow? This game really reminds me of like a time travelling type of thing. Mixed in with the Matrix. Till one whose name is apparently Yuri seems to be quite shy. Natsuki seems to be the assertive one. It's nice to meet both of you. Look forward to working with you. Working? Don't tell me. That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours. Literature club. Her eyes light up. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be too bad to have you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. Okay, so Monica's not around anymore. She really did try and fix everything. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yep. After all, Natsuki decided to... Don't ruin the surprise. Everyone sit down at the table. How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray. Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Lifts the foil off the... That is what matters here, that we get the cake. At the end, yeah. The whiskers drawn with icing, little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. Wow, these look amazing. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and I follow. It's delicious. Oh. She's waiting to find out whether it's a good cake or not. Yeah. Icing sweet, full of flavour. Wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro, after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table. Carrying a tea set, she carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before settling down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book, rather? Yeah, that's how Yuri originally started off. Very quiet and reserved, definitely. What kind of things do you like to read? Is she going to say a horror book? manga. Looks like she wants to say something, keeps quiet. Not much of a reader. I can change, what am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Let's see. Traces the rim of a teacup with finger. Usually novels that build deep and complex fancy worlds, yeah. That's what she said before anyway. Passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things, don't feel intimidated. I'm certain we can find something we have in common. Natsuki's back. Well, about you, you know, the first thing he said, manga. That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the clubroom. Just don't say it. For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know, so if Aaron wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. You can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Aaron? Maybe. Yeah, this is definitely a lot of repeated text from earlier, so I'm guessing it's going to end in a nice way. The total opposite with what has happened with this game so far anyway, I hope. It's kind of thing literature clubs do. They seem to be getting on a lot better without Monica anyway, so... I have to read manga. Jeez, you were the one who suggested we diversify. Trapsuki, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good one today. It's kind of hurtful. I didn't realise. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No. I've realised my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you'd do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Perhaps I'll try and visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Uh-huh. Would you like to come along with me as well? I think they've just become friends. Best friends. There you go. Start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Looks like it. It's nice to see everyone's getting along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Aaron. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around Sayori. Don't say something like that, it's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're going to make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is going to be so much fun. Hey, Aaron, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Aaron. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. Sayori, please do not become Monica. You're too good for that. None of that matters. It's just... You made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this with you in hell. Forever. Huh? Is that Monica? I'm sorry, I was wrong. Goodbye, Sayori. Oh, okay, all the characters come back into that folder. Bizarre. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Aaron. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you, because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
Okay, Monica is... What has she done? She's got rid of everyone. I was really weird as well, actually hearing a voice. All of the game has been just silent, and, well, besides the music.
Just to find that special day. Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway.
Is that it? I'm assuming. It's a very catchy song. That was like, that game was like nothing I played before. I love the fact that you know, you had to look into a folder to change things around. I'm quite intrigued though with who was the other girl, Natsuki. Maybe if I'd gone more with her, she would have ended up getting killed, and Yuri wouldn't have. How does it force you to, you know, with those poems, like picking the words? I'm quite intrigued to find out what that actually all meant. Did it sort of force like one of the characters to me more than the other? I'm sure you guys already know this. I'm sure you've played the game multiple times or read up about it. Oh, Natsuki can't die. That really intrigues me. I thought perhaps you got to that part and then, or Act 2, and then you had to choose like one way it could go. Special thanks, Monica and Aaron. No worries, you're welcome. Yeah, I thought you could maybe choose one or the other, but obviously not then.
I'll leave you be.
Yeah, definitely. I did enjoy playing through it. Thank you, Terry, for recommending it. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. Finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality. A reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, thank you for being a part of my Literature Club. With everlasting love, Monica. Script file is missing or corrupt. Please reinstall the game. And that is it. I guess if I was to actually want to replay this, I would have to reinstall it, because it looks like it still has deleted some of the things out of the folders. There we go, guys. Well, that is it. No worries, Ozcat. Don't worry about it. You take care of yourself. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Yeah, interesting game. I'm going to go grab some dinner. Take it easy, everyone. I will be back tomorrow streaming something a bit less disturbing, Smash Brothers. So I should be back about, I don't know, 5:30, 6 p.m. UK time to do that. I've also got a room tour video. If I get a chance, I'm going to post it in a bit. Otherwise, it's going to appear some point this week. But have a great evening. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. See you again soon.